back with a brand new episode of Kevin's Toy Box. And there's gonna be quite a few of these over the next few weeks because, well, the orders have really been piling up. In this episode, we have two sets to look at that are already unboxed. The Zora and Velociraptor set, which is just two things, and the Baryonyx Peril playset. Is that what it's called? I honestly don't remember. We're just gonna look at all of these at the same time because, yeah, there's really not much to talk about when they're unboxed, but let's just jump right into their individual toys. Let's start with the humans. We got another Zora, which is like, yeah, I think I prefer the one with the cap and the ponytail, honestly. This one does have the ponytail, but, like, it's just like, I don't know. I'm having trouble deciding my thoughts, but I think I understand why now. Because when you compare the heads, the ponytail on this one is a lot shorter compared to this one. This one looks way better than this one. I'm just gonna say that right now. She does come with some cool accessories though. We got, like, if we can zoom in on the camera, a little backpack that can open up and add some, like, random stuff in it when you, yeah, just to put whatever in there. I think you can also fold open the straps to put on her, but, like, that will just cause some extra weight that'll throw her off balance. And a gun! We have, I think this is what, the third gun we have like this, unpainted, but still a nice looking gun. So, yeah. Well, that's pretty much it for the human stuff. Not much to say. Why we really got this set is why everyone wants this set. It comes with a really cool, one of the coolest raptors in the franchise that got absolutely robbed of screen time in both the final cut and deleted scenes. It's like, man, they worked so hard to make one of the coolest raptors, and then we got nothing out of it. Absolutely nothing. A true travesty. Yes, I have finally got to see Rebirth, and I gotta admit I'm a little underwhelmed about it, but I'm not here to make movie reviews, I'm here to make toy reviews, and this raptor, that was not in the movie, yeah, I like it. I like it quite a bit. At least I like the head. I love the colors and the quills, especially since we ignored all the previous JP3 Raptors because there was always something wrong with them. This is probably, it's basically that design, but even cooler. So, like, unfortunately, I have noticed that, according to Marco Makes, the head is the same size, but everything else has been shrank down for some reason, and that's why it's not a perfect thing, because I think head is perfect, but everything afterwards is a little stale. There's no ball joint for the arms, the legs can't pivot outwards, the paint job, as usual, is actually pretty decent for a small figure. It would usually stop at the neck, but it's gone down a little to beyond the neck. I mean, of course, still small. Oh, the striping as well also runs down a fair amount, so not bad in the paint department, I'll give them that much. Yeah, they did, this Raptor is okay. Overall, for what you're getting with this set, I think that, if you don't really need, I think basically what I'm trying to say is you're better off getting the other sets with the truck because you're actually getting a whole vehicle out of that and the main bad guy. And you can get the another Zora, you know, this one, the better looking one, from the Spino set, because that's probably just the superior looking Zora. You can probably skip this set altogether, but of course, unless you don't want to get that vehicle and save a bit of money and you just want the Raptor for cheap, then this is probably your best. Whoop. Sorry, Zoras. I'm just gonna say that this one, it's up to you if you should skip it or not. I'd say if you want to spend a little extra to get a truck with it, then do it. But if not, then get this set. Anyway, that's enough about Rebirth. Let's jump into the other set involving some dinosaurs, and finally, we have a Darius toy. Now, we have a bit of a complicated history about getting Darius toys. We tried to get it back in the first season of Camp Cretaceous when he was in that big set with the Stego and the Bary, but we weren't allowed to get it because there wasn't really anything new aside from Darius. It just didn't seem like it was worth the money. And we tried, we just couldn't get another Darius. The humans from Camp Cretaceous were just so hard to get. We could only get Kenji. And now these Chaos Theory sets, we've actually had a bit more luck. We got Kenji, we got Yaz, we got Ben, and it took a while, but we finally got Darius. Unfortunately, he is in the white outfit. I always preferred the yellow jacket, but I suppose he wears the white a little more often, especially in Africa because it's hot. You know, you don't want to wear a yellow jacket the whole time. But yeah, this is Darius. He's got very plain clothing, honestly. But he's got that new hairdo. I'm kind of glad we didn't get the younger version because he got quite the glow up when he grew up. It's got like a, if I can focus, can't focus. He's got nice hair. It's nice. He's a nice Darius. But of course, we got to talk about the main attraction. The Baryonyx, the I can't pronounce complicated words, I'm just a lizard. But this Baryonyx is just amazing, but at the same time, not amazing. Let me explain. By comparing this to previous Baryonyxes, you can see why it's both an upgrade and a downgrade. Over time, you can see the Baryonyxes get bulkier and fairly larger as the years go by. I'd say this is one of the larger Baryonyx toys that we have, with the exception of that battle damage one with the really short tail, which is why we didn't really get it. But that's also a weakness to this one, as that short tail seems to have carried over. Both versions before it had much longer tails that just looked a little more appealing. Next up is articulation. This is a basic Baryonyx from a little attack pack with Owen Grady and some accessories. And also has pretty much become one of the main characters of Dino Duels, if you actually watch that, and thank you. Yeah, that's nice to know that people watch that. But in terms of this Baryonyx, it was pretty good. It had a gimmick for the jaw, just a nice simple gimmick. It had paint in like all the right areas for like such a simple toy. The claws were not painted, Zane added those himself. And most importantly, it had proper articulation that you expect to see on any mainline figure. These were standard back then, to have pivoting legs and ball joints on the arms, as well as like a button to activate the mouth. Yeah, it was a good time back then when Fallen Kingdom was had all the merchandise. This, however, has the same issues as the Rebirth Spinosaurus that came with Zora and Henry, where it's just incredibly basic. Like, everything is articulated. I'll give them this much. Unlike that Spinosaurus, this one can pose a lot better because everything is more of a ball joint, especially that jaw with all the nicely sculpted teeth. But the legs can't really pivot, and the arms don't have ball joints, so the articulation is just lacking, despite this also being a basic Baryonyx for a playset, and that just feels a little upsetting.
Oh, wow, you already getting tired? We just started.
Well, yeah, but, you know, I was taking a nap before you woke me up for this.
Well, sorry, I just need to get you to, like, record footage, so that I have things to edit while I'm on vacation.
Yeah, that makes sense. Where was I?
You were talking about this Baryonyx, one last thing, the paint.
Oh yeah, the paint. I will say, the paint is like good and bad at the same time. Look at the face of this thing. It's got very nice dry brushing where the eyes should, you know, where they're absent because that's a whole thing in the show. And it's like, yeah, that looks great. It just makes the intimidating thing. And I also love that color shift feel it has to it. I think it has the same thing. It's like, it's white, but with the light shining in the right area, it becomes like a nice light pink. It's very nice, but at the same time, the rest of the body is just that white. I feel like there should be, especially since it's all just one color, there should be a lot more dry brushing all over of this same kind of shade of brown in like the head, the back, the legs, to really give it that sense that this is, because right now this just looks like a trophy rather than an actual toy. Although I guess that not having any paint anywhere else means that this thing was allowed to have its claws painted, but not the dew claws, because Mattel is anti-dew claw. One more thing, when you hold this thing up to the light, it's actually transparent. You can actually see the inner mechanisms inside. You can decide for yourself whether that's a pro or a con. I think it's pretty cool to see the inside of what the toy looks like. So all in all, it's a nice Baryonyx toy, but definitely still room for improvement. We'll have to get the Rebirth Baryonyx toy to see how that compares. And finally, we got this guy. I don't care about this guy. We already got a Monolophosaurus of this exact mold when it came with one of the campers, but honestly, I still prefer the look of the first Monolophosaurus toy because A, the teeth are smaller, B, the head just looks better, but I guess these guys have better stability because this one just can't stand. But this one still has way better paint apps. It's got a nice color contrast between black and the dark navy green patterns on top. And this one's very nicely colored. And these ones, they're just, yeah, super basic. Darius also comes with this little walkie-talkie kind of thing. It's really small, so it's hard to focus on, but like, there's a lot of detail on it. So that, props to them for that. And finally, the final thing we got that Darius came with was this little net gun that, oh, it launches pretty far, actually. You could have some fun with that, is what I would say. If this net gun wasn't so small that it would be absolutely impossible to catch anything with it. Like, seriously, this is a dinosaur capture set, and then this is what you're chasing them with? This isn't even gonna catch a spider, like a real-life spider. It's useless. Not like me. I am a vicious predator that is an expert at hunting down spiders. One final comparison, we're gonna take this raptor and here it is next to like a regular raptor, a raptor that raptor mold we're all familiar with. As you can see, this one is much taller than the new one. The new one is just kinda crouched down, a bit shrunk, and yeah, I don't know why they didn't just take the usual raptor and then just gave it the new head sculpt. That would have been fine, because this mainland raptor toy, there's really nothing wrong with it. There's not really much to change, but I guess they wanted to like go that extra mile to show that these raptors are not the same as the previous ones, even though again these ones weren't in the movie, but that's a story for another day. And here's one last side-by-side of the Baryonyxes so you can see just how large this new one is. Again, I like that it's bulkier, I like the new details, I love that it doesn't really have any recycled parts, but at the same time, there's definitely some corners cut to like save costs and whatnot. And I think that's it for this episode. I definitely skimmed through a lot of the basic information like articulation and whatnot, but like, that's basically, normal. Yeah, there's really nothing really new or ingenuitive about these toys. They just look cool. They're not groundbreaking or really all that special, but it's definitely fun to have these, in the collection, especially since a lot of these are like canon models, like this Velociraptor. Or this one-of-a-kind Baryonyx that is technically dead. And Darius, you know, we finally got Darius in the collection. We've been looking for him for quite some time. And these two are just extras that have better looking models that you can get from other playsets. Kevin, where'd you go? We gotta do the outro. I'm over here. I'm hiding in the legs of the Giga and the Rex. I wanted to stare at these big juicy thighs as I said my outro. Do you think what I said about these sets is correct? Or do you think I was a little too harsh on them? Would you consider picking them up? I'd say they are, but what do I know? I'm just a random lizard on the internet. Goodbye. I'm gonna nap here, actually. This is quite comfy.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the video from beginning to end. If you want to see more, subscribe to the channel, and join the Zainreborn community. See you in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.